What's the deal, YouTube? It's your boy Next Gen 720, and I am back with another video. Bad day today. I lost my damn wallet. I had about 15. No, I'm lying. A little close to about $1,300, I believe, in my wallet. I think so. But that's not the issue. My license, my debit cards, my insurance card for my car was in my wallet. For whatever reason, I forgot. Oh, because I had to do something online. Um, yeah, and I'm running around looking for my birth certificate. I don't want, now being this quote unquote this terror alert. You gotta have so many points before you go around the motor vehicles to get your license. So it's crazy as hell, man. But I'm dealing with that. So it's not too much. Yeah, sucking money is going, but I don't have no license. I ain't got no debit card. I ain't got no health insurance card. I don't even have the insurance card for my car. You know what I mean? It's crazy as hell. For my, I have you get if you want the car, my not my everyday car, feel like that. But anyway, enough of that. If you haven't checked out my last video, please do so. I'll leave the link down below in the description. So let's talk about this now. This rumor came out last week. There was this photo of the Nintendo NX and this goddamn controller, and I said, you know what? I'm not gonna do. I'm gonna get. I'm not gonna do. I'm gonna wait and see. We get closer to see what's going on. Now, me personally, and I'm not the biggest Nintendo fan. I'm not. It's crazy. I always say this guy's is saying I've grown up with Nintendo, but Nintendo hasn't grown up with me. The reason why I say that, I'm 37, 38 years old, 37. I'm 30. Fuck it, I'm in my 30s. And like they characters. I'm sorry, to me still haven't matured. Mario, none of their characters talk. It's like the same shit, the same art style since I was a young kid. You know what I mean? That may appeal to the younger gamers, but when you get up of age and go through adolescence, start liking girls, you ain't with the Nintendo shit no more. Prime example, my son, he liked the Mario when he was younger. By the time the 360 came out, he didn't give a fuck about the Wii. He wanted to play online, Call of Duty, Medal of Honor, and all that shit like that. You know what I mean? And so, like I said, Nintendo lost a lot of gamers along the way. That kid-friendly family shit, they got that shit on Smash. But what to me, I don't think Nintendo understands is that kids get games for Christmas and for birthdays. Adults buy games all year long. You know what I mean? Now, there's some guys that are like that Pokemon shit. I see them posting that shit in my Facebook group, Bang Bang Next Gen Gamers. They're making fun of this. It's not for me. Now, with that being said, like I said, I kind of gave Nintendo the benefit of the doubt that they were going to put out, a decent system. What I mean by that, a lot of people are writing it off, say, oh, it's going to be weak, it's going to be underpowered. But given Nintendo's history and their track record, like I said, they've been in business for over 100 years, they're not really known for putting out anemic hardware. Just the Wii and the Wii U, but if you look at the GameCube, it's more powerful than the PlayStation 2. So the Nintendo 64 was more powerful than the PlayStation 1, but what held the Nintendo 64 up was the fact that they decided to stay with cartridges, which is very expensive. Especially was able to add RAM and everything to the Nintendo 64. But down to the Super NES and all their consoles have been up to snuff. But just with the Wii and the Wii U, they just went far left. And another thing I think what has hurt Nintendo over the years is that they have not stayed with a traditional controller. If you look at Sony and why it's been successful with their hardcore gamers, and it's the same controller since the PlayStation 1. With upgrades and stuff too. From the DualShock 1 to the DualShock 4, it's basically the same control. But you ain't looking at your hand. You don't have to learn the buttons. It's the same thing. Even with Microsoft, with the Xbox One controller and the 360 controller. Now, of course, from the that one right here, from the OG Xbox controller. So you have two top buttons, LB and L1. I'm sorry, the LB and LB1, LB2. You had the other ones here in the front, but which was smarter than them, ingenious. They put the other two shoulder buttons in the back, and that's how you have this, two buttons up top. But anyway, enough of that. I want to talk about that. But to me, that's one thing that has hindered Nintendo along the years. Every console that came out, it's a new controller. So, a lot of things that turned people off about the Wii U was the fucking tablet controller. You know what I mean? That's why it wasn't really adapted by the hardcore gamer. They was put off with the goddamn tablet controller. Even though you was able to buy the Wii U Pro controller, like I said, and it comes to a problem, like I said, with Nintendo, where they fucked up. even with Microsoft, they sacrifice the specs of their console to include a peripheral. You don't do that, and that's what was the biggest letdown for the Wii U. They put out a quote unquote a next generation console that couldn't run any next generation engines. Yes, it was more powerful than the 360 and the PS3 on paper, but it couldn't run the Unreal Engine 4s and the Snowdrop engine and all those other engines. They couldn't. The Wii U couldn't run it. You know what I mean? It has 1 gig of RAM. I don't give a fuck how you spin it. It has 1 gig of RAM that's dedicated to games, and then your competition has five and a half gigs of RAM dedicated to games. You know what I mean? But that's neither here or there. But again, now there are some leaked photos that came out for this Nintendo NX controller, and it looks like a fucking. Do I have one around here somewhere? Oh, hold on 1 sec. I do. Hold on. I'm back. It looks like a fucking PS Vita or something, like an egg. It looks very uncomfortable. 2 pointed ends, no buttons. It's like, god damn, Nintendo. And like I said, I'm not the biggest Nintendo supporter, but I gave them the benefit of the doubt. They should have just packaged the goddamn console with a traditional controller. Now with this touchscreen controller, it looks like it's gonna, it's kind of probably maybe was kind of expensive to make. You know what I mean? So once again, I know they're gonna probably fall short on the hardware side. Now listen, will the Nintendo NX be more powerful than the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One? Yes, it's newer technology. But you guys gotta realize this again. The Nintendo NX is not really the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One competition. It's the PlayStation 5s and the Xbox Infinity's competition. You understand what I'm saying? It's not that it's competing. And that's what, again, I hope Nintendo didn't put this console out to compete against the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. If not, they're going to fall flat on their face again. And that's what they did with the Wii U. They put out the Wii U, yes, it was more powerful than the 360 and the PS3, but those consoles at the end of their life cycle, what time they released that? You understand? The Wii U was the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One's competition. Now, like I said, they got this peripheral, this goddamn touchscreen controller again. Now, bring this back to myself. The only reason I said I was going to buy one if they had third-party support on board, because I don't care about Mario and Donkey Kong and all that shit. Doesn't appeal to me. And if I need a decent online, like I need voice chat mandatory in every game, I need game invites and mandatory in every game. Like I said, you're not going to play, like I said, boy, I'm not going to pay $400 for a console just to play fucking Mario. No, I'm not. Like I said, all the Wii U is exclusives. I don't like none of them shits but Bayonetta 2. That's the only one I can see me playing. Yes, I had a Wii U. I got rid of that motherfucker. And I don't trade in anything. I really couldn't justify me holding a console just for fucking Bayonetta 2. I'm sorry. They had a deal at GameStop and, right when they announced the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, I forgot what they gave me. I told me, get rid of that shit. I'm not going to play it. You know what I mean? If I can get one for like $90 and $80 or something, just to play Bayonetta 2, then fine. Other than that, I don't care about Toad, Donkey Kong, Mario, I don't like none of that shit. That's not for me. I don't suffer from nostalgia. I was a big Nintendo fan growing up. But that shit was when I was growing up. But like I tell you all the time, maybe I'm showing my age, but what made Nintendo so great back in the day is that they had all the third-party support. Some of Nintendo's greatest games weren't made by Nintendo. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Simpson game, fucking Double Dragon, Ring King. I can go on and on. Ghosts and Goblins, Russian Attack, Contra. I can go on and on. One of those goddamn games made by Nintendo were all made by third party. They were third-party games, you know what I mean? They had more support than fucking Sega. That's why the Sega Master System kind of fizzled out. And the Sega Master System was great. But it didn't have great third-party support. But then the Genesis came out, and Nintendo, Sega kind of, did a little better, and it came out with Sonic. And like I said, back then I'm giving you guys a history lessons. What made Nintendo really reign supreme back then was because of Mario. And back then, when the Sega Master System was out, they didn't really have a mascot. It wasn't until Sonic came along, and they were like, oh shit, Sonic. And that was Mario's competition. That's when platformers and when a console had to have a quote unquote a mascot, you know what I mean? That's where you had the Sonic versus the Mario, and just that. It is what it is. I always prefer Sonic over Mario. That's just me. Like I like Sega better. You know, Golden Axe. Like to me, they had the more grittier titles that appealed to me, even at that age. You know what I mean? But here, going looking at this controller, Nintendo done fucking dropped the ball again. You just got fucking stomped out. Now there's rumors going around that the Wii U is going to cease production in the end of this year, which I don't blame them. They, you know what I mean? And like I told people before, like I was telling Crap, see Crap, he doesn't always disagrees with me. Then comes on board. Like I said, this was going to be the last year for the fucking Wii U. You can't have a console on the market with no third-party support. You have exclusives that come out every 3 to 4 months. Cool, but you get multiplex every Tuesday. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just being real, so it is what it is. So, like I said, I don't think the Nintendo NX is going to do that well. The controller, look like they, you know what I mean? Unless the console's going to cost $500, $600, and it'd be a beefier console, which I don't think Nintendo's going to do. But it looks like they don't probably spend the budget again on this goddamn tablet controller. You know what I mean? But it is what it is, man. This is your boy Next Gen 720. I catch you guys on my next video. I'm about to hop back on this Mortal Kombat. Hey Vaughn, stop ducking me, Vaughn. I was on it all day. Vaughn gonna hit me back, aka fake ass Ring Rams gonna hit me back. Somebody took some NyQuil. Get your stocky ass on this motherfucking Mortal Kombat. Get over here. Get your ass on this motherfucking Mortal Kombat, man. I got $100 for you. I got another $100 for you. I got another $100 for. Oh shit, it's $1. It's your boy Next Gen 720. I'm out of here, man. Bang bang.